Welcome to the lovely IHP community and the 5D collective of paid subscribers and the free subscribers who are watching a sample of our 5-minute lovely short inner growth mindset. This is a basic exercise one where we chit chat a little bit, and I also tell you working with emotions first and then thoughts. Securely attached, non-traumatized people own their self and their sense of self and I'm educated though. I'm attachment trauma educated. So not only as an online marketer, entrepreneur, mentor, content creator, all these beautiful words, I just can tell you I've been doing mindfulness my entire life. I'm 45, so I know that sounds like a lot, right? I exaggerated that. When you meet envious, jealous, spiteful, anyone with the currency of, as Gary Vee points out, that is small, it's like, yeah, you're not responsible of your emotions and you chose not to go to therapy. So a bunch of people out there. The masses, yes, but not all the masses. Only the adaptive child part masses who could use Tear Real so they could become functional adults, or Patrick Teahan so they could become inner adults. So when you dehumanize anyone and basically make them out to be a monster or not a monster, just your enemy, there you go. I got a teenager in the room. It didn't take me this long to figure it out. I was a 19-year-old, hey God, so there's no Lucifer, just cowards. A coward, C-O-W-A-R-D, is basically a person who doesn't know we're emotional first. I do know I am because I'm not a liar towards myself. So number one, if you have a good relationship with anger, sadness, fear, great. Can you be in the fetal position with yourself? It's very important. If you can't, that's not really great. But can you also be in the fetal position with yourself and know, wow, first world problem, really? Not obviously minimize what you're going through. No, this is called neutrality and duality. It's okay, I'm breathing. So this is where it's not hard to be a person who activates your ventral vagal state, because that's how my body feels safe haven, secure base. Neuroception, remember? Yes, we talked about Dr. Amy. Yes, so you will not feel safe in your body if it's still scanning the same way your 1-year-old, 3-year-old. So I know my 3-year-old, she's scanning just great and dandy. So it's not willpower, and it's not mindset, and it's not your body either. It's actually, are you taking care to get your health in the forefront? Okay, so when you see a human being who breaks and dismantles all of those of us, quote unquote, who are emotional, well, I have news for you. The biggest thing that human beings suffer, not their imagination, although thank you, Sadhguru, and not their memory, because really it's the embodied brain, but yes, implicit, explicit memory. However, what they suffer most of all, into the unknown, and that is why your embodied brain actually always protects you. So honing in on negativity, FYI, it's like, oh, look, I tripped over that rock, and now I'm going to be afraid of tripping over rocks all the time. That's why our lovely Lisa Feldman-Barrett, she says your mouth matters because the story you tell yourself, it's giving you the interpretation of the body. So the body matters, the brain matters, yep. And what matters first of all is, did you say, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and health, till death do me part, I will love myself first. If you did, great, you're at the right spot. So it's not selfish, it's actually common sense. And when somebody thinks that we're not emotional first and they're doing everything they do based on envy, jealousy, spite, they've ignored the one thing that they have right handy because they're rich and have money. They could go to Patrick Teahan and do therapy and then become a real boy who would be able to rebuild faith in people and humanity because they fixed that which was broken in their first years of life. I didn't have anything broken. I know my 3-year-old. I'm proud of every single step I've made. You know why? Because I'm vulnerable like any other person. And thank you, Julianne. Brian, brain. Brain has a layer on the top part of the called neocortex. So there's a whole explanation of how we have emotions come up first and then thoughts. I already knew that because I'm not a liar. Okay, so number one, do you admit to yourself that to be yourself, you will have mastery over your emotional plane? If so, the practice is there a bit of conversation and then there a bit of, remember, it's important that you do feel safe in your body and you have a window welcome to emotions. So self-help, spiritual, and personal development are for those who own sense of self. Those are the people who will benefit from subscribing. The link is below, and these are the types of examples of exercises with ideas and chit chats, because I know you all have a little bit of time and sometimes I have the extended ones. So with that being said, we will be back with a 15-minute one. So your practice is, how do you flavor all of those emotions? And if you have one that you're a bit more challenged with, then start creating a little bit of comfortable ways for you to work with that, but make sure that you are in a body that is securely attached, because that's the number one. Otherwise, you're just bullshitting yourself like a bunch of other people. And for that, there's Patrick Chihan, Terry and great therapists. And then you add also the self-help stuff, because that's why self-help helps, is you have a whole self, not half a self or an ignorant self. And again, we're going to be back with a 15-minute one. So tune on in and become a paid subscriber. You'll help the channel grow. And I do have more plans than just these 3 types of content, just so you know.